Hello, I wanted to try doing a different video today, basically a Clangen challenge, or not really a challenge, it's basically just Clangen, and if you don't know what that is, it's a Warrior Cats text simulator that allows you to manage your own clan. This video is heavily inspired by Books and Bolt's World of Color challenge. I wanted to do my own version of it. Well, not the World of Color challenge specifically, just base Clangen. And this is going to be a video where I just show off my own clan and show how things go from moon to moon. I plan on doing a doodle for each moon, so I'll design the cats and do that for each moon. Anyways, enjoy! Our founders are Cherry Star the leader, Cinnamon Rock the deputy, Hibiscus Heart the medicine cat, Frostleaf, Foggy Flow, and Hazel Slash the warriors, Blizzard Paw the apprentice, and Fly Kit the kit, as well as our Sunnyclan Glide Cope's Claw. Blizzard Paw is also mentored by Cherry Star. So first of all, I want to go over the cat's designs. Cherry Star here is very much based off of cherries. Her fur are like two cherries together, and she has cherry marks on her flank. I also put a nose bridge over her eyes, so her eyes look like cherries. I very much went into the cherry idea with her. With Cinnamon Rock, I wanted to make it look like his pelt was sprinkled with cinnamon. So I essentially just put a bunch of little dots on his fur. Hibiscus Heart is definitely more heart than hibiscus in this case. I really went into the heart markings all over his fur. I did put a few hibiscus stem thingies in his ears and made his tail look like one too, with it coming out of the petals on his flank. And I gave him a neck fluff thing. I really like Frostleaf here. I gave her fur cheeks kind of looking like leaves with the stems going inside like stripes, and then her tail is a leaf. And then I decided to give her a slightly blue tinge so it looked like she was frosty. Honestly, Foggy Flow is just a simplified version of his Clangen sprite. I didn't really do anything crazy for this one. Maybe his fur and tail are a little wavy, so it looks like, I don't know, I like the name Foggy Flow quite a lot, so I kind of just wanted to make it kind of flowy, but still keeping his short fur. For Hazel Slash, I mostly just made his fur slashy-like. This is the best way I could describe it. It's all spiky, and his eyebrows, I gave him thick eyebrows, so it looked like they were slashes. That's pretty much it for him. Now for our Sunnyclan guide, Cope's Claw, I just wanted to make it ethereal looking, pretty much, because Sunnyclan guide, duh. I will mention, I'm not going to do the apprentices and kits right now, because I want to save them for when they get their warrior names. Now, onto the moon itself. Fly Kit, now Fly Paw, is apprenticed to Cinnamon Rock. Later, Cherry Star asks Fly Paw an opinion on something, and they have a surprisingly insightful conversation. Somehow the child manages to impress Cherry Star. Only thing of note that happened this moon was Frostleaf finding some feathers and putting them in her tail. After a bit of time, Flypaw doesn't feel like Tom describes them anymore, and she comes out as trans. She is now a girl. Blizzard Paw is finally a warrior and is named Blizzard Fur, honoring her dedication. Then she immediately gets heat exhaustion. Later, Cherry Star gives a pretty flower she found to Frostleaf. So, for Blizzard Fur, I just wanted to give her a bunch of snowy looking legs and tail. I wanted the tips of her fur to look like she's been running through snow. I also gave her white freckles on her face. Blizzard Fur no longer has heat exhaustion, but instead, Frostleaf has it now. Meanwhile, Cherry Star and Flypaw play together with moss balls. They roll them up and throw them back and forth. Now this is a big mood. A lot happens. Basically, a war is declared with FloodClan, and Cinnamon Rock immediately has a heart attack and dies. Flypaw also dies by a falling branch during a battle with FloodClan. Hibiscus Heart and Say Hazel Slash are now mates, as well as Frostleaf and Cherry Star, so a lot happened. Also, Cherry Star got a mangled tail from the battle. Honestly, after all of that happened, I honestly thought about save scumming that, but I decided not to because I feel like that would be against the idea of playing this game. I was really upset that Flypaw died because she was becoming one of my favorite cats. Already, yes, I know. Despite not having much time with Flypaw, I really started to like her. For her design, I gave her wing-like markings on her back and giant spots around her eyes to look like fly eyes. So for Moon 7, most cats have recovered from the battle injuries except for Cherry Star's mangled tail, and Hazel Slash, who has rat bites. I forgot to mention that before. Foggy Flow is made the deputy, and the clan is down to 5 cats. Hazel Slash attacks a duck, intending to bring it back for the fresh kill pile, but was knocked below the surface of the water and drowned. Hibiscus Heart is grief-stricken and is unable to do his medicine duties because the two were mates. Unfortunately, the clan is down to very few members, but Blizzard Fur is here, and she is pregnant now, so we'll see how that turns out. Cherry Star's tail heals, but she loses a life due to a heart attack, due to the ongoing war. Foggy Flow finds a kitty pet named Sleet, whose 2-leg died. The clan quickly adopts her. She is too old to be a warrior and is made an elder. So I'm looking at Sleet's design notes, and all it says is old lady, so take that with what you will. The war with FloodClan has finally ended, and Hibiscus Heart is able to move on from Hazel Slash's death. Blizzard Fur has a litter of 5 kits and refuses to talk about their father, and Sleet dies in her sleep. The kits are Eagle Kit, Bound Kit, Flea Kit, Dance Kit, and Sun Kit. Things are looking up now. Frostleaf healed from her bites, but it leaves behind scars on her tail. But then she gets a mangled tail from a fox on a hunting patrol. Petals blow into camp, and Bound Kit picks up a few to decorate herself with. Things seemed dire in the first half of the year, given the amount of deaths, but things picked up once Blizzard Fur had her kits. Hopefully we'll continue to see the clan grow on year 2. Cherry Star sneaks out at night to sleep in Frostleaf's nest. Frostleaf is still unwell, so the two spend all night together. The two seem to be very much in love. Bound Kit also gets sick. Frostleaf's tail is finally healed, and Sun Kit gets tick fever, Eagle Kit gets a stomach ache, and Hibiscus Heart and Cherry Star find out they're bringing flowers at the same clanmate's grave, likely Hazel Slash's. Bound Kit and Eagle Kit are no longer sick, and Cherry Star is seen with Frostleaf many, many times. They are inseparable right now. All the kits are apprentices now. Eagle Paw is Frostleaf's apprentice, Bound Paw is Cherry Star's apprentice, Flea Paw is Blizzard Fur's apprentice, and Dance Paw and Sun Paw are both Foggy Flow's apprentices. Eagle Paw also meets a kitty pet named First Generation iPod. Great name, by the way. Flea Paw and Eagle Paw have an argument and end up splashing puddles at each other during a patrol. Frostleaf fought a huge dog and ended up getting badly injured. Also, Sunpaw trips and gets hurt. Not much to say this moon. Sunpaw is healed, and Cherry Star ends up getting white cough. Cherry Star is better, and Hibiscus Heart receives a present, yellow flower bulbs from Foggy Flow, and decides to keep it with him on his pelt. On a border patrol, Eaglepaw sees a Pansy Clan apprentice and he ignores them, and relationships with Pansy Clan worsen. Sunpaw convinces Foggy Flow and Dancing Paw to go to an abandoned two-leg nest to catch prey. They end up catching many, many rats to eat. Blizzard Fur is so proud of her kits. 3 of them are warriors now. Bound Petal, Dancing Shade, and Suntooth. Fleapaw and Eaglepaw are still training, and Blizzard Fur also got Yellow Cough. So for Bound Petal's design, I really wanted to make it look like her fur were like flower petals. I didn't really know where to put the bound in her name too, so she just takes after her mother in the way that she has neck fluff. All of the kids have neck fluff, but I thought I'd just point that out right now. Dancing Shade's design really has nothing to do with his name. I just wanted a big fluffy teddy bear because he was loving. So I thought that would just work out well. So he has huge neck fluff and huge fur everywhere. So I gave her like sun-like eyelashes and fur, but the main star of the show is the tattoo sleeve she has. Well, it's fur, but it looks like a tattoo sleeve. I thought the sprite looked like that, so I thought it would be fun to incorporate like a biker chick look into her design. So that's what I did. I also think it works out because her name is Suntooth, and that sounds metal as hell, so she's like, yeah, a rocker / biker chick. Frostleaf has been impatient and her leg is healed wrong, leaving her with a weakened leg. Blizzard Fur was killed by Yellow Cough. Her kids cry for her, especially Dancing Shade and Suntooth, who are grief-stricken. A patrol has an encounter with Pansy Clan, and things become better between the two clans. Frostleaf dies saving Suntooth from drowning. Hibiscus Heart is grief-stricken, but the one who hurts the most is Cherry Star, who was Frostleaf's mate. Flea Runner is also made a warrior. Pushing past all the tragedy that just happened, I want to talk about Flea Runner's design. Her eyelashes are meant to look like little flea legs, and her bulbous tail is supposed to be an abdomen. She probably has one of my favorite designs despite not being complicated. She's just nice to look at. We lost 2 really good cats this year. 2 founders, in fact. Unfortunately, Blizzard Fur didn't get to see 2 of her kids graduate. But other than that, we didn't lose too much. I will say, though, I really liked both of these cats, especially Frostleaf, because she was in a lesbian relationship with Cherry Star. Cherry Star discovers she has partial hearing loss, and Suntooth is no longer grief-stricken. While on guard duty, Suntooth caught Dancing Shade trying to sneak out of camp. Could he be going to see someone? Eaglepaw is now a warrior after so long. He is now Eagle Nib. Dancing Shade's grief has softened, but he is able to do his duties again. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very attached to Eagle Nib here. I just don't really like how he turned out in terms of design. I did make his tail a wing because eagle. But other than that, I was just kind of making him kind of look like his mother, but with the sprite's colors. Hibiscus Heart has moved on from Frostleaf's death. Unfortunately, Cherry Star is still grief-stricken and she can't move on. A rogue waits on the border for a patrol and asks to join the clan. The rogue decides to take a new name and is now called Petal Prickle. Hibiscus Heart had Sunstroke. Later, another patrol comes across another loner. The cat has a litter of kits and nowhere else to go, so the clan agrees to take her in. Her name is now Meadowbat, with her kits being Agave Kit, Chestnut Kit, and Green Kit. Okay, so I absolutely adore Petal Prickle. I made her fur all prickly, and other than that, I mostly just had fun. I love her so much. Oh yeah, I also gave her small pinprick-like paws. Meadowbat is quite simple. I just made her look like a bat with the striped ears and the heart nose, and then I gave her a marking on her back that looks like a bat wing. Cherry Star finally recovers from her grief. Hibiscus Heart recovers from his heat stroke, and Flea Runner fell into a river and inhaled a lot of water. Luckily, she's alive and well, just hacking up water. A patrol with Cherry Star, Dancing Shade, and Eagle Nib watch a bunch of two legs light their food on fire and are baffled. Chestnut Kit is sick with kitten cough, and Hibiscus Heart can't believe how talented Petal Prickle is. As it turns out, Petal Prickle is a very good hunter and has been pulling her weight since joining the clan. Chestnut Kit has recovered from kitten cough. Another loner wants to join the clan. They welcome in Ripplebush. Petal Prickle has beef with Chestnut Kit for some reason. She thinks he has a mouse brain. Ripplebush's design, the sprite is kind of boring, so I wanted to do something fun with her. I decided to go with a hairless cat since the sprite had short fur and was tannish. And since she's a loner, it makes sense within the world. Ripplebush immediately fights the dog and gets a bunch of bite wounds. Bound Petal has green cough, and Flea Runner no longer has water in her lungs. Chestnut Kit comes out as trans. She is a girl now. Nothing else of note happens. Hibiscus Heart and Dancing Shade are now mates. The drawing I did is very goofy. Meadowbat's kits are now apprentices. Agave Paw is Flea Runner's apprentice, Chestnut Paw is Suntooth's apprentice, and Green Paw is Cherry Star's apprentice. Ripplebush has healed well from her bite wound, and Eagle Nib's green cough has turned into yellow cough. Hibiscus Heart is trying his best to heal him. Cherry Star will always love Frostleaf, but she has moved on fully. As it turns out, Eagle Nib is a trans she-cat and now goes by she-her. That's 3 trans girls we've had. Ripplebush fell asleep while she was supposed to be guarding camp. I'm a little surprised we didn't have any deaths this year, but I guess that's okay. We also got a lot of new cats, so that's exciting. We'll see how things go next year. Ripplebush fought another dog and got hurt again. Also, I'm realizing just now that Foggyflow has been a woman this whole time and I've been misgendering her, so I'm correcting that now. Eagle Nib has recovered from yellow cough. Also, Petal Prickle is starting to develop a crush on Hibiscus Heart, who's already in a relationship with Dancing Shade. Suntooth mysteriously disappeared one night. Hibiscus Heart noticed before anyone else and went looking for her himself. Sunnyclan never saw either of them again. My cat is being really loud right now. Just a second. Okay, where was I? Right. Chestnut Paw's leg was mangled after Foggyflow, her mentor, used a 2-leg trap during a training exercise. All of Suntooth's siblings are grieving for her loss. Eagle Nib, Dancing Shade, Bound Petal, and Flea Runner. Ripplebush is no longer injured. Green Paw is deemed Green Fog and made a warrior. The lack of medicine cats is leaving Chestnut Paw in bad condition. His Green Paw's sprite had a lot of spots on his back, so I wanted to include those, despite the fact he looks more like Dancing Shade's son than Meadowbat's. All of Meadowbat's kits are gonna have heart noses and those ears with the lines in them to look like bats. Agave Tail is now a warrior. Eaglenib and Flea Runner are no longer depressed. Ripplebush and Meadowbat have a race. Ripplebush wins. Greenfog got heat exhaustion during a hunting patrol. So for Agave Tail, markings look like agave plants. I think it looks kind of weird on her, but that's fine. Like Greenfog, she has the heart nose and the lines in her ears. Bound Petal and Dancing Shade are no longer grief-stricken. Greenfog is recovered, and Agave Tail is sick with white cough. Chestnut Paw is healed, but is left with a nasty scar and a weak leg. Chestnut Paw and Bound Petal decide to become mates. Eaglenib thinks to herself as she looks over the clan. Perhaps this isn't where she belongs. A loner named Fickle joins the clan. I would have made her a medicine cat, but she didn't feel like the right fit, as she was adventurous. I was super excited to design a tortie. I didn't really know what to do for the shape language here, so I just went round and bubbly, since I haven't done much of that yet. Chestnut Dapple is a warrior now. Bound Petal has gotten green cough, and Fickle and Petal Prickle reach for the same piece of prey and bicker over it. Petal Prickle gets it. Agave Tail is no longer sick. So for Chestnut Dapple, I decided to give her chestnut-looking spots on her pelt, but most of the rest of the design was just throwing on random bullshit. She also has a heart nose and striped ears like her mom. Cherry Star has gotten old and has lost the rest of her lives at 162 moons. This left Foggy Star to become the new leader, and to be the only remaining founder left. Foggy Star chooses Dancing Shade to take over as deputy. Foggy Star is also grief-stricken and unable to work, as well as Eaglenib. A patrol meets a loner named Ruby. Foggy Star's leadership ceremony includes Blizzard Fur, Frostleaf, Suntooth, Hibiscus Heart, Hazel Slash, Cinnamon Rock, Sleet, Cope's Claw, and of course Cherry Star, all giving her a life each. Bound Petal no longer has green cough, and Chestnut Dapple, Greenfog, and Meadowbat take a sunbath together and chat. A loner comes to the clan and asks to join. She takes on a new name, Fidget Thunder. She is almost 200 moons old, being 192. Old Lady 2.0. This time I decided to give her thundery markings all over her body, just like her name. To end off the year, both Foggy Star and Petal Prickle are both pregnant. Ending off the year with 2 pregnant cats is exciting. We may have lost some good cats, and only have one founder left, but I'm excited for the future of this clan. Foggy Star has moved on from Cherry Star's death. Both her and Petal Prickle think they'll have large litters. I'm kinda scared to have this many kits in the clan at once. No one knows who Foggy Star's kit's dad is. Petal Prickle reveals that her kit's father is Dancing Shade? Judging by the fact that neither of them are all that close, I'm guessing the two had a one-night stand sometime after Hibiscus Heart's death. Foggy Star's kits are Stone Kit, Bright Kit, and Aspen Kit, and Petal Prickle's kits are Tangle Kit, Gardena Kit, Fox Kit, and Breed Kit. Hopefully one of them ends up taking on the Medicine Cat role. Agave Tail comes out as trans and is a dude now. Fleet Runner ended up breaking a bone during a dog attack on a patrol and was rushed to the medicine den. Fickle has tick fever. Fidget Thunder spent too long in the sun, and now she's gotten heat stroke. Reed Kit and Gardena Kit pretend to be elders and complain about their joints. Fickle and Foggy Star have become mates. Agave Tail sees a flock of corvids swarm the Freshkill pile and rushes to chase them off. He decides their tail feathers would look nice on his tail. Fidget Thunder is no longer suffering from heat stroke. Fidget Thunder then finds a rogue named Cedar, who joins the clan. Then Fidget Thunder dies. I just wanted to draw a fluffy cat, so I drew a fluffy cat. Also, the bangs were a last-minute addition. I just noticed she kinda looks like that orange-haired kid from Panty and Stocking if he was a cat. That's kind of funny. Ripplebush fought a duck and was knocked underwater and almost drowned. She is now in the medicine den. A gave Tails gotten green cough. After all of Petal Prickle's kits, Gardenia Kit, Reed Kit, Fox Kit, and Tangle Kit get in trouble, Dancing Shade, who's their father, helps them understand what they did wrong through a lesson. Ripplebush has suspicions of being pregnant and is overjoyed at the confirmation. Petal Prickle was seen arguing, borderline fighting with a loner. The clan has encountered Ruby again. Ave gave Tail rejects Eagle Nib. I should mention that I'm pretty sure every single relationship has been gay except for this failed confession. Stonepaw and Aspenpaw are now Medicine Cat apprentices. Thank God. It's going to be an uphill battle for them without a mentor, but I'm sure they'll do a good job. Both of them happen to be siblings too. As for the other, the third sibling, is Brightpaw, who's Dancing Shade's apprentice. Tanglepaw is mentored by Flea Runner, Gardenia-Paw is mentored by Greenfog, Foxpaw is mentored by Fickle, and Reedpaw is mentored by Round Petal. Also, every cat who was in the medicine den is feeling better now, except for Ripplebush. Ripplebush has a single child named Buttercup Kit. Aspenpaw goes looking for herbs but ends up lost in the snow. He looks for home but ends up succumbing to the cold and dies. Foggy Star is beside herself and cries out with her two kits, Stonepaw and Brightpaw. Aspenpaw really does look like his mother, Foggy Star. I didn't put too much detail into his design because he died so early. Foggy Star finds some Morpho butterfly wings and gifts them to her beloved Fickle to wear. Fickle saves Bound Petal from a big dog but was injured badly. Bound Petal also got pregnant. Tanglepaw fought a hawk and got hurt. Reedpaw comes out as a trans woman. I don't think I've ever seen this many cats come out as trans. Bound Petal gives birth to 3 kits. Chestnut Dapple, her mate, is nervous to meet them. The kits are Dart Kit, Stem Kit, and Daisy Kit. Gardenia-Paw and Brightpaw were chatting about their day and the chores. When Brightpaw mentioned he liked the smell of wild fruit, Gardenia-Paw decided to wear some raspberries on his pelt, hoping Brightpaw would notice him. All around, I'm really happy with this year. We got a lot of new cats and only a few deaths. That's 5 years! I had a lot of fun doing the art and designs. If I do years 6 to 10, I'll do the design thought process for the younger cats then. As for now, here's the apprentices and kits designs, minus the newborns, as their sprites are too small to work with. I went into the game files to get their warrior names, so I could make them fit better. Again, go check out Books and Bolt's World of Color Clangen challenge, because that's the video that really inspired me to make this one. Anyways, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it.